Hello everyone, Ombi Gaming here and welcome back to the channel. So today I am back here in Liberty County for another video, and today I'm just going to be doing a sort of a different video. So normally we do role plays or tutorials or any of that. Today I'm going to do like future updates we would like in Liberty County. Now I know some of these may be a bit too extravagant and all of that for them to actually put in, but you know, we're just seeing. A lot of these have been taken from the PRC Discord and like other places, but a lot of them I have thought of myself with the help of some other people. But before this video just starts, I just want to say yesterday Amaze Plays, he actually had his Discord account hacked, so it would be I'd really appreciate it if you could go and help him out, and by supporting him by joining his Discord, his new Discord. I've helped him revamp it and make it because it was all deleted. But if you could go and join that, and the Morella Cruises one, because they were all deleted too. But if you could go and join those, that would be really great. And yeah, so help out Amaze, because it's really annoying when people hack you. Basically, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, make sure to subscribe if you can, if you have not already, to help out the channel. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I've got a list here, and let's see, I've got 10 bits on the list. So the first one is that you can actually open car doors. Now this one's a bit of an interesting one. I've got a picture. Someone like made this picture. They photoshopped it and had a door open with a police officer standing there. And I just think that if you're in a police chase and the criminal actually like stops, and all the police come out of their cars with their guns drawn like this behind their doors, that would actually make it so much more realistic. So that you actually had to go over here and it would have open door. You could open the door and then get in and then close the door, and that would make the game so much more fun and realistic. Because in police chases, for example, the criminal like pulls over or they hit a spike strip or anything, and all the police can be just behind their doors with their guns drawn like that, and that would just be so cool. So that is also a thing. And also, if you could actually go to the tool store, so if you could go here and buy like a crowbar, so you could just go in here like buying, I don't know, a lockpick or anything, just go in here and buy a crowbar, then be able to break open car doors. So for example, you have this, and then what you have to do is you kind of have to like any of the other robberies, and then just like open the door somehow, like by prying it open, and then you could steal the car and trade it off. Something like that. That would be really cool. And then like the police could track down your car on CCTV, you know, at the police station or something like that. But that would be really fun, just trying to steal other people's cars. But then some cars couldn't be stolen, so that would be really interesting. But yeah, that's my first like update. Okay, my second one is more detailed police, fire, and hospital. So a more detailed police station, fire station, and I assume that actually, no, the hospital is pretty detailed. Like, I'd say the hospital is one of the most detailed buildings, but that's because it kind of is easy to do. Whereas the fire station and police station, it would be really cool if, or in the fire station, if we had actually like things to refuel the fire trucks while they're in the fire station, because then we could just sit here with our fire trucks refueling, and then yeah, and then like go up here, just relax, and like if these TVs could work, that would be really cool as well. But I think the stations are pretty well, like, I think the only one I'd really say that needs like a good update is probably the police station, because if you look from the outside, it's actually got it looks like it has multiple stories, like 5 stories or something. You can see here the fire station has 2 stories at max, and both of those are filled in, like you can go inside of them. Whereas in the police station, you can see here when we get over, it looks like it has 4 floors, but it actually only has 1. So that would be really cool if you could fill up the others with offices, and also if you could add maybe like jail cells in them, so when you brought your criminal back to the police station, drop him off here, and then detain him and bring the criminals to like some sort of cells in here while you like question them or something. That would be really cool. But also if they added like upstairs for offices, because I think they could add a lot more to the police station. The sheriff station's pretty good, I'd say, but that's only because it's one story, but it doesn't have all these extra stories. But I think that would be something really cool if they could add that to the game. Make them a bit more detailed, and also some of these buildings. I'll get to those in another point though. But yeah, that would be really cool if they could upgrade those more. Okay, so my third one's a bit of a one that might not be possible, but I'm just going to put it out there. So public transport. So imagine if we had a boat system, for example. You could get on here. The water would be a bit more deeper though. So you get on here. There's like a pontoon or something, and you just get on this boat, and then it's just automated to drive up here, pull over, stop for a certain amount of time, and then pull over on the other side, and then just drive back. That would be really cool if they added that into the game, but I don't know how possible that would be at the moment. And even if they could add maybe, I think the boat would be the most possible thing, but if they could add maybe, I don't know, buses or trains, yeah, if they could add like a train or a monorail system, that would be really cool, because I think a bus would be harder to do because cars, I think in public service, everyone would just be crashing into it, but I think, yeah, trams would be a very good addition to the game, and boats. Buses maybe not so much, as I don't think they would be able to do that properly. And I just noticed that the hospital has more floors than they've actually put in. So possibly new floors for the hospital? I don't know. Okay, fourth point, vehicle damage. So I know last week we had the new improved vehicle damage. You can see down here we have vehicle health. We crash into a lamppost. There we go. Vehicle health goes down. But imagine if we actually crashed into a pole. So for example, we come and crash over here, and our car, actually the front of our car goes in, like BeamNG Drive. I played that on the channel a bit. You probably have seen. Now this would be like, I think they could do this quite simply by just doing, if it hits on the front, then the front comes in, like the front bumper like gets pulled in a bit. They hit it on the side gets knocked in. And then if it's on the back just comes in. But I think that would be really cool. Add more things to the game, because if you're in a police chase, for example, and the police like hit the car from the back, then it could like slow down the criminals instead of them just like lagging off. But that's not really the game. That's just their internet. But yeah, that would be really cool. They could add some sort of more advanced vehicle damage, so that you can actually go and like repair your car in the repair shop, for example. That would be really cool. Okay, my fifth point, air transport. Okay, so let's just start off with air transport. Now, first of all, they need a big map expansion, because at the moment I don't think this map would be able to hold an airport or airfield or any of that. But I've been thinking about this one. I've been talking with a few other people about this. And if they extended the map this way, so they extended this out more, by the prison and all of that, just extended that, so like doubled the size on the map kind of, and then added more of like a small airstrip for police helicopters, and then like civilians can like sort of maybe buy or rent planes that they can fly. But I think how they do this to make sure it wouldn't be too chaotic is they put an invisible barrier to stop planes like landing on roads and stuff, if you know what I mean. So have an invisible wall up there so that planes, like, they have to fly over the city, they can't land on it. But I think that would be a great way of transport, because That would be really fun if we had like this illegal plane flying over, like someone stole a plane and they were just like police helicopters chasing them down. Of course, this would turn more into like army, but let's keep it realistic. And I think a map expansion, maybe add it longer this way and that way. I think this side of the city's good. I'm happy with it. Whereas this side, like I like what's there, but I think we could extend it more out this way with what's there currently. And I will talk about that more in a future point. Okay, so number 6. More SWAT vehicles and a police outpost station. So now, if we had a map expansion over here, we could like have a police outpost in like the just over there. So that would be really cool if we could like drive over there. If we needed a new vehicle, we could spawn it over here. But that would be really fun if, so for example, this is like a police outpost, we could just be over here, or like a sheriff outpost. I don't know which one would work best, but yeah, so you could just have like a police outpost here with all the things in the police station, just a lot smaller, and that would be really cool. Yeah, it'd add more of like it'd be better if the map was expanded, because at the moment, if we just added a police outpost here, would be very close to the police station and the sheriff station. So I don't think that would work at the moment, but if there was a potential map expansion, then I think that would work very, very nicely. And SWAT, like more things for the SWAT team. So I think the SWAT team or the SWAT pass, I did do a video when I got the SWAT, like the SWAT game pass. Now I think it's really great, especially with the addition now that the SWAT Bearcat, the tires cannot be popped, as in they're impenetrable. But I think that if they added more things, like I'd like it if they added more vehicles, even if they were just skins for the vehicles, and especially more gear. So for example, with the SWAT vest, at the moment it does nothing, but if that could add on an extra like 50 HP, that would be really nice, because you'd actually get a lot more from the SWAT pass. At the moment I still do like it, I'm not saying I don't, but I think if they could add more, like more SWAT gear, and like the SWAT vest and helmet will actually protect you from fire, that would be really cool. And like a zoned off area for SWAT only. So we know we have the police changing area here, but what if we had a SWAT changing area here that only SWAT could go into, and a detective like area over there? So that'd be really cool, and especially that'd be good if they use these other floors in the police station, which I think they could. So yeah, that would be really cool. And I think they can do a lot with these buildings, and I think they just left them like they were with the empty floors, so that they did have an option. But yeah, okay. Number 7. This one's one of my favorite. Okay, so have a bank. So in the city, you know how we have the jewelry store? We could have a bank. So one of these buildings, like this building, could be a bank. Okay, so you go up to the bank, and then what you have to do is you go inside. You know, we have our money here. Yeah, when we get paychecks, what we have to do is we have to go in, like every few paychecks, we go in, and then what we do is we put our money on our card. So like an RFID disruptor, but we just put our money on our card. So it's like press E to put your money on your card. And then what you can do then is you can go to like a car shop. So instead of buying them at the civilian spawn, what you have to do is you have to go to like a car shop like here, and what you can do is you just park outside or go outside and then go inside, and there'll be like loads of different cars. Oh my gosh, wow, face first on the ground. Anyway, you can go inside and there'll be like pictures of different cars or a few model cars, and you can like click on them and to buy them with the money on your credit card. But even if you leave the server without the money on your credit card, you can't like buy it. So for example, when you're like when you leave a server, so for example, like when you leave a server, you won't lose the money even if it's not on your credit card, or if it is on your credit card, it will just stay the same. But like you can only buy a house with the money on your credit card, for example. So that would be really cool. And also if you could rob the bank. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so more places you can go into. So you know how we have loads of buildings here that are pretty much just 2D. Imagine if we could go inside them, like this one, like a restaurant. We could go inside and like order food and stuff, do more role plays, or like add a nightclub or stuff like that, just to make it more interactive. So you could actually, instead of just driving around the city going to rob stuff, you could have people just going to a restaurant, or going to, I don't know, going to a store to buy something, or going to a flower shop, I don't know. And also being able to decorate your house. Like you could go into a store, buy some flowers, and then you can decorate your house. Now I know a lot of games have this ability to decorate your house, and I've fallen flat on the floor again. But it would be really cool if you could go to a store because and decorate your house, because I think this game lacks a bit of realism with the houses. But yeah, that would be really cool. And also, if there was apartments in the city. So you know how we have these tall blocks over here? Yeah, imagine if we could just go up, there's like a door here and a little lobby, and you could just buy or rent an apartment for a certain amount of time, like the houses. That would be really cool, and you'd actually have a nice view over the city. And it'd also make you very close to like there, and instead of being all the way over there on the other side of the map, you could be near, like, in the city and near the commotion and everything. So that would be nice if you were a police officer or something. So that would be really cool. And I think a lot of games like Mad City and Jailbreak, they've had this where they've added apartments as well as houses. And I think a lot of players enjoyed that. So I think that could be a very good hit, and maybe increase the players. I don't know. But yeah, so that would be really nice. And I think that one's probably one of the most possible ones, adding more detailed buildings. Or that's the one that they could do soon. Like, it wouldn't be too hard, I don't think. I'm not a developer, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, so number 9. Now, we're going to talk about the bank again for this one. So, we have last week, we were introduced to the new jewelry heist, and imagine if we could go into the bank and it was like a robbery. It was like the house robbery or the jewelry robbery, but we had to like set it up more. So, for example, like a day before in game, or like a day in game, we had to go in and like set something up and then come out. And the next day in game, we had to, I don't know, put something else up, or put some, like, hide some dynamite in or something. And, you know, it would take you longer to do, but it would get you more money. So it could be one of those that it takes longer to set up. So as in, it will take you maybe 2 or 3 days in game, but it actually gets you quite a lot more money. And that would be really interesting to see how if they do set that one up. And I think that would be nice, because a lot of the robberies at the moment, they're really good, but I think they're just quite simple. Like, you buy a drill, for example, go into the jewelry store and break in, basically. So it's quite simple, and I think that could be one of the more intense robberies, or one that takes you longer to plan. And I think that'd be really fun to do, actually. And I think a lot of players will stay in game for longer, so that could be a positive to the developers. But yeah, so that was number 9 on my list, and let's go on to number 10. Okay. Okay, so number 10 on the list is that they actually expand this lake. So, what do I mean? This river. So if they expanded this, so it came up a bit further to like here where I am right now, and then it came up here, and so like when we were earlier talking about public transport, you could get in on a pontoon to your boat, to the automated boat, and it will drive you up there. And if they added like a sea to the end, or like a small lake up here, so they took away these mountains and this waterfall, or the other end, I don't know if they want to keep that waterfall. But if they wanted to like add a lake over here, there could be like a lake shop where you could buy or rent jet skis and boats, and then you could sail them down the river, and that would be so fun if you could just like role play, go out on a day trip to like the river, get in a boat. That would be really, really fun to do, and I think it would make the game more exciting, as in you could have police boat patrol, as well as like just we normally have like just police patrolling the streets and cars. We could have police patrolling like the riverside in boats. That would be so fun. Or like there could be people just canoeing or kayaking in the lake over there, and people swimming. And if you could go fishing, and then what you do is you trade them in for money. So like the job in Bloxburg, where you fish, but like something you can do just as fun, and it's not actually a robbery. You don't get wanted for fishing unless then you catch treasure. But that would be really fun, and yeah, it could add a lot of excitement, because at the moment everyone just really, the only thing they do down here is crash into the river. That's the only thing the river's used for at the moment. But yeah, also on another note about the river, when we had the update a few weeks ago, or actually it was probably a few months ago now, where they had the off ramp down into the river, I really hope they add that again, because that was so fun. And if you can now, like, if you could rent boats in the future, then what you could do is you could put a boat on a trailer, drive it over, and put it in, and that would be so fun. If we could just like, take our boat out, and there would be so many role plays on that. The game would become so popular, I think. But that's just my opinion. I don't know what other people think. If you have any other ideas, please make sure to comment them down below, and I might do another video on this in the future. And yeah, I really enjoy making these videos, especially like thinking about what could be in the future. I know the developers are probably not going to watch this and add these, but yeah, it would be really, really cool if we could see some of these in the future, because I definitely think some of these ideas are possible. Some not so much, and are probably just a bit like dreaming about. But in the future, I think we may see a few of these, which I'll be really excited to try out and do videos on. Just on the note of videos, I'm going to be uploading 2 Bloxburg videos a week, and also a few like 2 or 3 Liberty County videos, and then 1 or 2 random videos. And I am going to start streaming again soon. I was just taking a break for a while. And if you are on my Discord, you will know about my mini games I've started now. I've got some mini game tournaments, and if you'd like to be part of them, make sure to join the Discord. If you can't, I am doing a live stream very soon. I am doing a live stream very soon, doing loads of mini games and maybe for some prizes. So make sure to stay tuned for that. That will probably be in a few weeks. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to help out the channel by subscribing if you can, and make sure to join our Discord and Roblox group. We've got great communities there, but unfortunately our Discord was hacked a few days ago. Everyone was kicked, so we're trying to regain that again. And also, if you could show some love and support towards Amaze Plays, and Noxaside and Daquinox, because Morella Cruises and Amaze's Discord group were deleted. So I have the links in the description, so if you could please help them check those out and just support them, as I know they've worked so hard on creating Morella Cruises, and I will be doing more videos of them in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the future. Bye!